Jump up.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Call the meeting to order. We do have a forum. I'll take a moment to approve the agenda and so moved. I'll second it. All right. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, we've got an agenda. Good morning, Rich. Good morning.
Thank you. Dogwood project's done, it's completed. The guys are gonna do some patching on Partridge north of that. I think there's a little bit of concrete they wanted to do there. Before I left the vacation, I sent out truck bids and I did a combination truck bid in Mitchell County. Looking at our current equipment, we probably need to start getting, we haven't really bought other than the motor graders we stumbled upon that one last year. So I sent a quote package out for 4 trucks, 2 in Mitchell County, 2 in Worth County. Probably wouldn't get anything until next fiscal year as far out as that equipment is, but if we keep waiting for the timelines to get tighter, we'll never get anything. So even if we do end up getting them sooner than, I don't see us ever getting any before July 1 anyway, but if we would, we can manage the budget then. But thought we should get something out. So they've been sent out to MAC, they've been sent out to Freightliner, Western Star, and Kenworth, I believe. So we've got several quotes out there. Plus we sent it out to Henderson for snow equipment and also Tri-Steel, which we've been getting from before. So we're kind of doing the snow equipment, people can bid just the snow equipment, and then truck people can just bid the truck equipment, and we can figure out after that. Or there happens to be one I think Don's trucking equipment. They can put the truck together complete with Henderson equipment for probably cheaper than, but we'll know when we get the bids back, the quotes back. We're gonna get them October 4th. So we'll know then what we're gonna be spending on the equipment and trying to coordinate that a little bit. So just as an FYI, we're gonna try to get some new trucks for next year, so. And then I'll bring that to the board. Also, I think that the rail car pipe are gonna be delivered this week. Trying to get, scrambling to get soon we put in who can put the pipe in, if we can get Elliott to put it in with 2 excavators, or if we gotta get a crane. So we're trying to push that a little bit faster. We've got the elevations from the engineer now, so we know where we need to be with setting them. So we'll try to expedite that a little bit, make sure we get that done. And then one thing we're looking at, I know we're kind of in a hiring freeze, but we might have to look at part-time snow employees or snowplow operators. With Lynn taking over, that leaves a spot open. So we'll do what we can to try to find a part-timer. If we can't, we might have to look at maybe a full-timer too. So we're running on.
How many part-timers you normally get though? 2 or 3?
I would say 2 or 3, I can't remember for sure. So with Cole in the office, that helps a lot with trying to hire another person, so. But just an FYI out there, and once we put our feelers out there, we'll know and report back to you guys too on where we're at, but kind of just something to in the back of your head to think about.
So you haven't replaced Lynn's position technically then?
When we haven't replaced, I think before the freeze, we were down 1 already. We haven't replaced, so I mean, we're doing okay, but if we get into snow here, we need to figure out, we can't find part-time. I know it's probably easier to find a full-time employee because somebody wants to be working year-round instead of part-time, but we'll work with the part-time first and see if we need to be there. Otherwise, Lynn could run a truck, but it's hard to be the foreman and plow snow at the same time when you got stuff happening, so.
There could be some younger guys looking for some winter time income coming after harvest here.
Well, it might be fine too. So just an FYI, kind of keep a lookout. We'll have that discussion when we need to.
Right. Yeah.
And so I've got for you this morning. Sure.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
okay. Thank you.
Yep.
So drainage, so some claims in there. Is there a motion to approve the claims?
Motion to approve the drainage claims.
Yeah, drainage claim, sorry. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion on it? Hearing none, all in favor aye.
Alright.
Aye, opposed? Claims are approved. Anything else drainage?
No,
No. Regular claims, or motion to approve the regular claims?
Make a motion to approve the regular claims.
Yeah, you second?
Second it.
Any discussion on any of those? Hearing none, all in favor aye. Aye, opposed? Claims are approved. Yeah, reports,
we're catching up on clerk report. We had one from last month too.
from the clerk report. Is there a motion to approve the reports?
I'll make a motion to approve the reports.
Now, second.
All right, all in favor aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? It's approved. Payroll,
Not this time.
liquor license,
Nope.
uh. County inspector, professional engineer shall conduct on-site inspections as required by Iowa Code 479B.20. I've got an email out, I have not heard back yet.
Like how official I made that.
Yeah, it's nice. So as soon as we do, I guess keep it on there for next week.
Yeah.
Once we hear back, or did reach out to Snyder and Associates, which come from a recommendation from Bolton Meg, so. Anyways, once I hear back from, Christina, I believe her name. I'll include you guys in on that conversation, and then we can maybe do that appointment next week. Donation request, Winnebago River Watershed Management, assistance for a comprehensive plan.
But basically, I had a meeting this week and we're discussing the comp plan like you guys did for Shell Rock.
Yep.
And I remember, did we put something towards that?
1,500.
Okay, and they just kind of suggested we come back to our locals and make that request anyway, and so that's why I had Jackie put it on the agenda, and that's our goal, is to get this comp plan written and get that grant from the state to,
They're working
it's
on.
$125,000 grant now instead of 100,
Oh, okay.
but that also means you have to have 25% in kind, or, you know, either in cash or in kind, which is $31,000 we have to raise, so, in order to send it off and get that grant, so, I guess we're just requesting that we would, if everything goes, we would maybe do the same thing for them as we did, with the other watersheds.
I think so.
I don't think we ever did it with Cedar, but I don't know what they're.
I don't
doing.
know, in the beginning, I wasn't here, so I don't know, you were.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know if it
remember
ever
doing
did
it
it
when I
there
was
or
on
not.
there, and I don't ever remember when Kenny was on there, Kenny sat on there before I did, and I don't remember ever them asking for any money, I mean, seems to me they just struggled
That was-
tremendously, but
That was done years ago.
that was that's been there for years.
Was that done after like Deer Creek? Drainage?
It could have been, it's been around
I think it might have been part of that.
long time.
70s.
Yeah.
But
So-
I think we should. I mean, it's the other half of our county.
Yep.
We don't wanna hold them up either by
No,
not being able to contribute a little bit to them to help with watershed issues.
It's too bad they get everything all set up like Cedar, that meeting I was at. They get it all set up, they get to a point where they need a director, and there's no money to hire.
there's no money, and there's still no money from the state, the state has said no, kind of leaving us out here on our own, I mean, and I don't quite get it, see. To me, some of this should be run under the soil and water conservation through the state or through the federal government. You know, some of there should be money available there for these watershed projects, because a lot of them are on agriculture land and stuff, but
They're not
it's just the way it is.
They're encouraging it. They're giving the
Encouraging it.
DNR the money to give to these
Yep.
watersheds to get going, but then they quit after
They
that.
quit after
So
that,
the state's behind it,
but I do
but
think,
they don't wanna support it.
you know, we did that for Shell Rock, so.
So is that a motion to approve $1,500 towards Winnebago River watershed management?
That is a motion.
What fiscal year? It'll still be this one probably.
Yes, because I mean, it should probably should be, we gotta have this done by the end of the year, written anyway. I mean, as far as the money, I'm not exactly sure if we have to have that right away, but it'd be nice to, yeah.
It's
Have it committed.
have it
Yeah.
committed, yeah, cause and then it's in there for any expenses that would occur
Yep.
before you start getting reimbursed
For,
from the DNR, cause
Yep.
we went through that down there as we were making payments to the engineering firm that was doing it and waiting for reimbursement from the DNR so that we could at least keep them happy, and they were
Yep.
good with letting it go a few months, cause they knew the money was coming, but it's
Yep.
still.
Change my motion to this fiscal year.
And then do you know how much they were asking? I mean,
Like-
did they have a ballpark of what they wanted everybody to ante up?
no, they did, they said it was all over the board last time, some just did in kind type of things where they would donate their time or whatever, and that can be in kind too, can be part of that 31,000 they need, so like, say like Weeks would do some workforce or something, maybe they would in kind for a while or whatever, or.
I
Some
just,
private people donated too, anybody in the
Yeah,
county that would want to
private
donate
entities.
towards this can actually donate towards it too, it doesn't have to, and. You ask the cities yet, which would be Joyce and Allentown, and Joyce is not participating as a board member right now, they backed off, but, Allentown did still have a couple members, and Fertile, I'm not sure, but. I'll try to reach out to them too, and see if they'd be willing to get
It's kind of
something.
do what you want, they'll
if
take.
you remember how many years ago Shell Rock was, I mean, would you
Just
wanna,
a couple
Finish
years,
it
Just a
up.
couple years
oh,
ago,
so
Two.
about the same, it'd be.
two, I guess.
yeah,
2 years,
I think so.
2 years ago, we get started out, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a motion from Enos, $1,500 for this fiscal year. Is there a second?
Second.
Any other discussion on it? Hearing none, all in favor, aye. Aye, opposed? Right. We can contribute to that when need be. Building and grounds. Other than some water in the north entrance.
But it's just an ongoing problem. It's just-
Well, and that, I almost think at some point you're gonna have to go from the ceiling from the elevator shaft all the way back to the back door.
That's
And
what
you
I think
might,
it
and you
is.
might not want to see it.
I think it's the elevator shaft that's coming down there.
It's weird because we had it stopped.
Yeah,
Yeah, it stopped for a little bit, but you can hear it from there and it goes down, so,
Here it coming in.
Yeah.
it's coming in.
and it's done it for years.
Has the,
who looked at it the last time, Midwest?
has the spot by, just outside of your office by the elevator got made bigger?
I. am
Cause we
not
looked
sure
at,
on
I was
that.
up there with them, we looked at the elevator shaft, we found the spots in the valley coming down. That were fixed.
How about the other side? Just the, the stairwell, that side, I mean, you can hear it there and it must be going down because it ends up in the back
Right.
door.
Keep looking at it again.
Have them come up and if they're in town here,
Well, and if there's a bunch of mold in there, are we
Right.
gonna have issue? I mean, they have a window, so I mean, the clerk's office can kind of stay contained, but hopefully don't have
They should be able to see
issues.
that when they open it up and take a look.
well,
at
we'd
it.
have to call, yeah, we could have them.
Then we could
Look
have,
at the bottom.
and then let us know when we'd have to take care of that.
While they're here, look at the top. And then pop some ceiling tiles
Yeah.
on the bottom side, see if there's any rotten material or anything like that.
Yeah, as long as they get on it.
Yeah, we'll reach out to Midwest and. Oh, I have them on staff here for too long. Any-
Another one of our contractors.
Anything else, building and grounds wise? Sounds like our new downspouts were working great during the heavy rain, so.
Couldn't hurt.
Okay, talk about a water main. Did you guys see that?
That
email?
estimate?
Yeah.
From LM Pump?
Yeah, for the well pumps, that's one thing, Jason's been trying to get the second one, trying. And as you can see, we both kind of got frustrated with it. LM's local, they're good, they've been doing all our maintenance out there for years, so I don't think we're getting that one-sided quote, I think we're getting a good price, so. If you guys are good with it, then we'll just have Jason move forward with it, getting that coordinated and get it done.
As long as I've been in good faith trying to find somebody, that's all. we can
Yeah,
do, I
he
guess.
has been,
I mean,
and-
It's coming in under what they expected, so that's
Mhm.
nothing wrong with
I think
that.
he was closer to 70 or 75,000.
Yep.
The estimate?
Yeah, that's what he was wanting, or that's what they were guessing.
Yeah, and this came in at 63.
Yeah, so it's,
You wanna use ARPA money for that?
yeah,
Yes.
it's still a part of that project.
Yes.
we just have been trying to get that second bid, cause that was figured in originally on the original estimates, I guess, of the whole project, so. I guess we will motion through it just to make sure, but I'll just go with Jason, tell him to go ahead, but is there a motion to approve the maintenance, well pumps?
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all right, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? All right, so let Jason know. One North Betco,
Isn't she gonna be on vacation this week?
oh, she was gonna be out. Yeah, she's off today and then got other stuff going the rest of the week.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes, people service, you guys saw the report there.
How about that? Are they on top of that lead service line inventory? that's gonna
I
be done by
will
2016?
remind them,
Cause they said they were gonna do it.
yeah, like I said, for the 6, 7 buildings and,
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
they're in them every month reading meters, so they should know what's in there for material.
Yeah.
that last thing I said, or I sent you, I have the instructions of how to do it and everything, so.
Like I
We just
said,
gotta make sure they get it done.
yeah, so I gotta respond to an email from Jake anyway, so I'll add that to it. Department head discussion.
Sydney's already on her own, so she came in 2 days of refresher, and so that worked out really good. And then tomorrow morning, I have 2 individuals coming in. One is a certified officer from South Dakota to make offers to fulfill our last 2 deputy positions, so. One is our reserve that we've had for quite a while that lives by Plymouth, and the other's a certified South Dakota officer. So that'll save us a little bit of money going through the academy, then go down and test out. It'll cost a little bit, but not half as what it.
They don't have to go through the full blown, does our reserve? He will have to go full blown for it. But being local, hopefully he's a long-term employee,
Right.
right?
Yep. He lives just out of the county, like 3 miles by Plymouth, so.
Should be fine. Any other department heads?
I'll just say that, you guys should have gotten an email from ISAC.
Just saw one come through this morning.
Yeah.
Came through this morning.
Never had it yet.
Feel free to go through and read it. If you have any questions, contact me.
Okay.
But it's basically in regards to our fee increase and modernization for the Reporters Association. And it's going to be statewide, so everyone's on board.
Good.
And they're just trying to make sure that we have supervisors agreeable to it.
Sure. More income for us, of course.
Yep, and there would be more money in the general fund.
Good deal.
Any news on the air quality?
Yes, so Service Master no longer does that due to a conflict of interest with. Some insurance companies have had issues with those guys going out doing air quality. Or kind of contractors do it just to get the work. So they quit doing that because they don't want the conflict with the insurance companies, which is who they do probably 95% of their work for. So they're recommending a company to us and he's giving them all my contact info. So as soon as I hear back from them, on when they can get up here, so it's coming to just, they weren't able, they're no longer doing it themselves just because of that, so.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other department head? Supervisor Weekly, I'm waiting to hear back on eminent domain person, so as soon as I do, I'll bring that in. Yes, what do you have?
I didn't have any formal board meetings.
Mark?
Just had the Winnebago River watershed meeting, you say we discussed this, the comp plan. And, also just the DNR was there and there's something that they said they could come present and I suggested maybe we get all 3 boards together so they didn't have to go around to every board and do their presentation. So that might be something you'll see coming, that we might have a joint meeting. I'm just thinking about that today. Sometimes I still think maybe all 3 districts should get together and cut back on board members because, since we started this roughly a year ago, we had real good participation the first meeting or 2. We're down to probably less than 50% of people showing up. And I understand it's during the day, it's tough for some people, they're like a mayor of a town that also has a job or, city administrators, things like that. Mesa City's been super about attending. They don't have a supervisor on that board for some reason, but
I think
They
can.
could,
Yeah, or Saragordo County, yeah.
yeah,
I think,
Saragordo could, yeah, excuse me.
Mason cities really want to be involved just because of the repercussions they get of
Yeah, and I
studying
think,
flood mitigation.
well,
They'd love
plus
to be after
they're
that stuff.
doing that downtown project, and I think they wanna see that succeed, so they're
Mm-hmm.
looking at getting that water quality better and doing projects that'll help with that. And I mean, they've really stepped up and took over positions, and the guys willing to work, which is great, and, so,
Yeah, that group's lucky because when it comes to grant writing and that stuff, Mason City has somebody on staff.
they've got people that do it, and,
So it's, that's a huge benefit.
yeah, he was gonna step up
Being a
and do the comp plan, they got somebody else along with it, you know, it's not like they're totally taking over the project, but they're willing to do that, and we'll work together on that, so, but that's all I had, I'd say, so maybe sometime before the end of the year, you might see something
All the
like that.
watersheds get together.
Yep.
It needs to
I think
happen.
that'd be a good
It needs to
idea.
happen anyways, probably.
That's a good idea.
I just had, we had some interviews last week for IT. And I think we've got an offer up to a person, so
Good.
pending
What happens?
a few speed bumps between now and then, but otherwise, we had some good candidates, I think. Teresa and Jackie and I and Andrew from ISAC all agreed we had some good candidates, so hopefully we'll get that position filled. And then we had a special NICOG meeting, their housing trust fund. So they have to do a local match. And the state decided they had to change where they got their money from. So we had to go in and do a resolution to change how that got funded. But we've got to match $81,000, I think, and that brings in $571,000 to the region for disabled, elderly, and low income house updates, windows, siding, roofs, that kind of stuff. And that money gets spent every year. So we want to keep that going. So we just had a special meeting on that, just to change our funding source. So that could come to the region, so. That's all I had.
Will that affect cause it's like only $2,000 is what we give right now, I think.
Yeah, no, that's on the housing trust.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
Or
no,
is that
that
different?
money's part of it.
okay,
We had so 81,000, and I think there's 21,000 from the counties. That's a part of that 81,000. But we had to count technically, I think it was only like 50 some thousand because the rest is already committed through counties, cities, whoever else. And then NICOG comes up with the rest, which used to come through USDA, I think, but the state's making a change that, so it's just a paperwork shuffle, more or less, to get it all figured out, but we just didn't want to miss out on the over 500,000 that would bring into the county, or the region, I should say, the 7-county region, so that won't change nothing on our end, it's all internal. Okay, anything else on the future agenda? Going to the cybersecurity summit, that was already last week.
That was last
oh,
week.
whoops, I didn't take that on.
Okay. Who's attending HR training, anybody?
Anybody's welcome, I
Is
would
it, it's here, I'm
recommend it,
assuming?
yes,
Okay,
yeah, they're coming here. It wouldn't hurt any department head or you guys to listen.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
okay, nothing else, then I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
No, so.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye, meeting is adjourned.